Hello everybody and welcome back to our video. In this video, as you can see, we are playing another Welcome to Bloxburg video, and as you will see by the title of this video, I will be covering the new high school update in Welcome to Bloxburg. So this was very expected. I mean, we saw the construction of it right over there. It used to be under construction. It said high school, so we knew this was coming, but it was still quite a surprise to see that it has come now, and so we're going to be checking it out in this episode. But I do have one more thing to show you before we check it out. And that is this house right here. So you might be looking at this and see this is a really small house. There's nothing special. This is a new house. This is not anything we've seen before because I actually just built this. But it has a cool speciality. So you can see, if you look at the ground, there's a lot of lights underground. What this build is, this is actually a bunker, which I've made. And it's pretty much done. And so I wanted to show you the inside. But I am going to show you in build mode instead of just touring because I think it looks better in build mode. So here we go. So this is my bunker. So if you do look at the front, we have a lot of security cameras. So one here, the doorbell has a security camera. Then one here. We also have a double car garage right here. And if you look inside, we actually see there's pretty much nothing in the first floor of the building itself. So we have some storage racks over here, an opening area. We have a garage over here where I have my Bloxburg TS. We also have a security camera here, which goes down into the stairs. So if we go down one level, you can see here is my massive bunker. Let's start. So here is where you exit. We have the most secure door you could find that isn't the jail door because the jail door just looks stupid. So when you go down here, you have the main hallway here, which leads into all the other rooms. So if you go over here, we have this massive kitchen here. This bunker is meant to hold 13 plus people, so I do have a massive kitchen. It has 2 fridges, 2 stoves, 2 ovens, 2 microwaves, and then 3 sinks and a ton of other stuff. Then we also have this massive table right here, which can seat 10. And so in this build, I have dedicated a lot of decoration. So I do have a phone right here. I have a ton of clocks all around the place. And this kitchen, I think in general, looks very detailed. Like in the cabinets over here, I have plates and bowls and cups all over, which I've never done before. So this was a new experience for me, but I think I really like how the kitchen comes out. Probably the hardest part to make. Then if we go through this door, we have the main residential corridors. So you can see we have 6 different rooms. And then at the end, we have bathroom. And same with this one. There is going to be 3 bedrooms here, and then there is a bathroom at the end. In this room, we have a nice chill library. And over here, we have a gym, which I think turned out pretty well. Here's the power room. There's a bathroom right next to the stairs. And that's all for this main section, but there's also double doors here that leads to these rooms. So we do have a janitorial closet, washing room. We also have an office here, so we have 2 monitors, and then we have some hang-on TVs, which I guess you could use to display the security cameras for security. We have some bookshelves. Over here, we just have a secondary dining room area, I guess you could say. We have a bathroom here, and over here we have the main living room. And that is the entire bunker, but I do have one more feature, and that is the emergency escape. So if you actually click on this, this is actually the traditional bookshelf secret door. So you can open this pops open. You can see the door right there. And then it leads you through this path, this winding tunnel. And then eventually go up a ladder. And there's a hatch right here. And you can open it and you'll just end up here. So this is like a secondary escape, you know, because there's only one entrance and exit, which can be a little dangerous. So I added this little secret escape. And yeah, that is my bunker. It's almost done. And I think I really liked how I've decorated it out. It's the first time I've done that with one of my builds. And I think I did really well. And now it's time for the reason you clicked on this video, the Bloxburg High School. So just a cool detail, this is actually located on Billy Goat Street, which as we'll see, there's goats here. First of all, that is actually the mascot of the school. So they have their own street. And you'll see it's actually called here, Bloxburg High, Welcome Billy Goats. So here at the front, we have the name of the school, and we have a clock. I don't really like how the font or the text on these is so small. We have the new gazebo that was added recently up here. We have trees and benches. And then actually going into the school, you can see we have the main office here. And so I think they did really good with this update because you can see there's a whole new UI for this. So it says Hurdy language. It looks like language class is currently going. But I want to check out the front office right here. So there's a desk here, there's a monitor. However, there is actually a principal's office, and you can talk to the principal. They just talk about how the new teacher job, which I'll show you later, is open. Here we have the school mascot, Billy Goat. We have the new water fountains. We also have a cool display. The reason why Bloxburg is unique is that pretty much everything they add on the map, they actually add into the build mode. So now, pretty much everything you see here, you can actually build for your house. Anyways, going into here, we have the very impressive gym. I think this looks pretty cool. We also have the janitor room, which has now been moved. It's like integrated into the school as one of the jobs, which I think is cool. And we have the cafeteria here, which can actually be changed. So if you go over to claim panel, you have daily bites, so the regular cafeteria. But then if you go over here, you have food fight frenzy, glitz and glam, like a prom area. So there's 3 different. So if we do glitz and glam, changes the entire atmosphere. It looks pretty cool. And it just spawns one of these DJ things for free, which is normally 1,500 Bloxbucks. Over here we have the auditorium, which you can also claim a panel for and just change into different sets. Another cool feature, so we can claim lockers. So I've already edited my locker, but if you see right here, you can customize your locker, add things you want. So I have a ton of different things over here to customize my locker. I think it's really cool that you can actually claim the lockers. They actually have use. Oh, and looks like art is just starting now, so let's head over there. So if you look on your phone, there's a new thing called the Bloxburg High School app. And so you can either be a freshman, sophomore, junior, or senior in the Bloxburg High School. So yeah, there's different grades, and there's actually different job pay bonuses when you complete the grades, which I think is really cool. So currently I haven't finished freshman year, so my current job pay bonus is 0. So I'm just going to show you how one of the classes works, and that is the art class. So it wants us to sculpt a clay pitcher. Let's do that. Just go here. Then we want to fire the sculpture in the kiln, which is new. Then we want to take it out and do the star pattern as it says. And then you have to deliver it. And yeah, there are a ton of new items added to the game, which makes sense because a school is unlike many of the other things that we have in Bloxburg. So it makes sense that there would be a lot of unique items that have just been added now. Just finished my second one. 3 seconds. Can I deliver it in time? That was lucky. Alright, so I got an A. So I got 8 school credit points. Yeah, so I'm at 45 now. I'm pretty close to being done with freshmen. So after 3 o'clock, I think it is, it just goes into extracurricular activities until school starts at 7 a.m. the next morning. Bathrooms are all the same, but this is what they look like. So pretty standard. Over here I have the music room, which I think is pretty cool. You can play your own songs. If you want to play the bass, you can say yes. And this will start. And this is a good way. This is one of the extracurricular activities. This is actually a good way to get these points up here. There's a teacher lounge out here. And also what I think is really cool is the library. So they have a huge library. We have our own librarian. And what I think they did really good with this update is making it interactive, so you can talk with every NPC that you experience. You can ask multiple questions. And like the librarian is handling books too. They just placed a book down. And there's this corner over here to the library, which I think is pretty cool. Now, if you go to the second story, in room 206, you'll actually see the teacher room. And so if you enter, this will automatically start the teacher job. And so this is one of the new jobs, or the only new job that was added. And so there are 3 things you can do. You can either scold a student, which I just did. You can write something on the board for them, which is what I'm going to do now. And you can give a student a bathroom pass. Those are the 3 things you can do, and they'll give you money. You can see I already have made $600. And so yeah, I really like this new job. I think it's cool because there's many different things you can do. I do hope they add more than 3 activities though, because it can get a little boring. One thing I don't like is how all the completion sounds, or like just the general class sounds, sound animated. They don't sound like something you would actually hear, kind of like an NPC. But overall, I think it looks pretty good. I like how they're all writing and stuff on the papers. So a pretty good job, and it pays pretty good as well. While the interior is really good, there is something that people forget about, and that is like the back area of the school. And so if we go out this exit, we actually do have a tree, a cherry blossom tree right here with some benches. Most importantly, we have the football field and track right here, which I think is really cool. You can't really do anything with it. It just exists. I think it really adds a lot to the school. And also we do have another panel over here, and there's one, either you can get the American football setup, or you can do the grand ceremonies, like graduation. So you could do like graduation role plays on neighborhoods. So yeah, I think this setup looks pretty cool. And also something to note is that the sponsors of the Bloxburg High School is Bloxburger and Pizza Planet, which I think is pretty cool. And then we have one last building over here. It looks like this is the athletic department's building, but it's just right in the corner, so you might forget it. And there's also a garage here with a lawnmower. And so that is the entire school. And so for my take on the school, I do think Coffee Stain has done really well on creating the school. The design of the school I think is really good. I think the classes are enjoyable, and the UI is all nice, this special UI. And I do think this freshman, the job pay bonus, I think that is pretty good. It does go all the way up to 20, which might be too high, or we'll see. I mean, you only get 10 experience if you get an A plus in each class, so that could take a very long time to get to senior. Also looks like you can get your high school diploma, so this is great for all people, because people who want to make more money will do this, and then people who want to do role plays have now just been provided the perfect opportunity. Both sides are happy and both people can do it, because the drama in the Bloxburg community is always, you have to keep the builders and you have to keep the role players happy. I think this really does both. One thing I want to mention is how the school ends at like this long street which goes all the way through town and ends at the dock, so which I think is pretty cool. And the sun is setting right now, so it makes for a great end to the video, actually. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye.